The court will come to order. In the case of Miller and Palmer v. Lore, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
No, I'll be guilty. I'll be guilty on this one.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to both be not guilty. It'd be so awkward, right?
Yeah,
if we both
exactly.
said, because that seems suspicious.
Yeah.
If we both say. So he's gonna go guilty. I'll go not guilty.
Ethan Palmer and James Miller.
But I'm only going guilty to get like a better sentence. Ethan's going not guilty. He's gonna get fucked in the end.
By the way, Your Honor, I love this courthouse and what you've done with it. It's like so nice in here. Are you single?
I am.
Or
Honorable Judge Peter O'Donohue presiding.
yeah, what a nice name. So manly.
You know that
It's...
judges don't live in their court, right?
Wait, what?
They don't. That's not where they don't sleep under the gavel. Like
No, they're like teachers. Teachers sleep at school. Judges sleep in court.
Yeah.
If a school burns down, every teacher goes down with its school. Like
It's like a ship.
Yeah. We salute.
If a sinkhole opens up underneath the school, the teachers go down with it too.
The classes all sync separately,
Yeah.
from what I understand.
Oh.
Anyway, Lore Boys, present.
Present.
It's a lore podcast. If you've ever wanted to learn about history that never happened, here's the place to do it.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
boy nuts.
Or boy nuts. There we go.
Boys nuts.
Boys nuts.
We're workshopping some new catchphrases. That's one of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought you guys were going to carry that on. It's a lore podcast. My name is Peter O'Donoghue. I will be hosting. I am joined with the venerable
James Miller.
and also the adequate.
I don't think you can call somebody on trial venerable. I think that's reserved for judges. I'm
All right.
Ethan. Hi, everybody.
It's Ethan Palmer. And James,
Adequate.
And James Miller.
Yeah, well, he means venerable as in I have a lot of veneer on me.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
You do wear a lot of.
He's
Yeah.
he's very he's a fancy boy.
He's shiny and durable on the outside.
It's just durable. It would be
And if you
absolutely.
smell me too close, you get really lightheaded.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. That one is
That's
definitely
like
true.
varnish.
Yeah.
So today we will be conquering the unconquerable. We're going back to the beginning, boys.
We're doing Harry Potter?
Jamie, J.K. Rowling has recently revealed that you were gay this whole time.
Dum dum dum.
Anyway, The Hard Times is a great website. They're very funny.
Yeah.
No, we're going back to basics. We are going to do the... I know I do a lot of... I feel like I start a lot of stories.
You start a lot of sentences and don't finish them. What are we doing?
Yeah. We're gonna... I'm thinking...
You know from the title of the episode, we're talking about the Lord of the Rings.
Then afterwards,
There we go.
exactly. We're going to be doing the creation myth for Middle-earth, for the Lord of the Rings universe. And this is going back to the beginning of pretty much everything that we have covered up until this point and will cover into the future, because the Lord of the Rings is the basis for, like, so much fiction.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Pretty much all of modern fantasy is derivative in some way.
Of the Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings, yeah.
Not that it's wholly original or anything like that, but the format and the way it's presented and that. Also, can we all just take a moment to realize that Hollywood put out 3 good adaptation movies when we're looking back down the barrel of thousands of CGI? I'm just kind of a slut for practical effects,
Yeah, that's fair.
right? And that's a lot of people that they had to put in costume.
Yeah, I went to your New Year's party, which was just you, I, and another guy. And
Yes.
you two just creamed about the movies the entire time while I sat there and watched them. So they're very good. They're very good. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you saw the Two Towers now.
Yeah.
You can officially say.
Yeah. And you
when
know what?
Theoden was revealed as Luke's father,
Yep.
how did you feel?
I feel really good. And if Mr. Tolkien hadn't fallen down that hole and met all the friendly dwarves, then we never would have had all this.
Yeah,
You're
that's
right.
true.
Dwarfs.
Dwarfs. Yeah, people made of doors. That's what they are, right? That's what Gimli is.
Yeah, good start. Good
He's
start.
made of doors.
So the creation myth of where all these people are,
Or where they came from.
from whence? There's no H in that, but yeah.
There is an H in whence.
In whence?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, WHENC.
it's right there. Second letter.
Not in wench, though.
Not well. Yes, there is also.
Oh, at the end. Though. Not where you'd think it'd be.
There's no H in wench. Wench.
Jamie, 5 times 4, quick.
2,000.
5 million.
Yeah, boys nuts.
Oh, man.
Yeah, back on track.
So the creation
Nobody
myth.
gets these jokes.
No,
No,
I had a lot of math mistakes before we got going here.
It's okay. It's like at some point somebody's gonna make a Lore Boys wiki. If you're out there, make a Lore Boys wiki and put out all the dumb trivia about our dumb show.
Put the information that was never in the show.
Listen, Thomas, if you really want to play your fucking weight around here.
Listen, Rusty, you fucking freak. Get to work, why don't you?
The creation myth of Middle Earth, which is what the Lord of the Rings people refer to the planet as. The creation myth of Middle Earth shares a lot of similarities with our own creation myths, of course, depending on who you ask, because Tolkien was a devout Roman Catholic.
I came from my mom's belly.
All right, well, that's a pretty good creation myth.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
It's close. It's close. You know what? I would rather you don't spoil the end of the script, but that's fine.
Then Sauron fucked Jamie's mom, and out came
there's
Jamie.
Now he's got a podcast. There you go. The purest form of evil.
Oh gosh.
The white guy's making a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. 3 white guys making a podcast.
I thought
No, not again. I thought we got past this.
my mom and dad hugged with their lips. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what happened.
When you kiss somebody, you make a very long tube that's just an asshole at both ends.
Yeah, that's true.
It is true, but it's not fun to think about, is it? Yeah.
We're both shitting.
Yeah. It makes it Human Centipede seem a little better because at least it's natural.
It's just
It has-
just backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Backwards
flip it.
kissing.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
no,
backwards kissing.
It's not backwards.
Eating ass is backwards kissing.
Hell yeah. Lore Boys canon.
Lore Boys canon.
Eating ass is backwards kissing.
It's just extending. It's an extension of a human being. You still have one mouth, one asshole.
Like a tail.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, let's get back on track here. Hang on a second. I'm not letting you guys get off the rails here. I'm not going to edit this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Tolkien, like I said, was a devout Roman Catholic who never ate ass. Presumably. Not like James Joyce.
No.
Who was a true freak.
Yeah, James Joyce eats ass.
OG freak.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, this is going to be some real life lore. Tolkien's faith in the Roman Catholic Church was part of C.S. Lewis's conversion from atheism to Christianity.
Chronicles of Narnia.
Yes, Chronicles of Narnia.
They were best friends. Yeah.
This could easily explain why the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and the Chronicles of Narnia series are so Jesus-y.
Yeah.
Is because
Aslan. The
Aslan
Jesus
is literally Jesus.
Aslan is hundo P Jesus. Yeah. 100% emoji. Jesus, fire, fire, fire. Emoji. Jesus.
100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pray, dab, dab.
Yeah.
Dab.
Yeah, because when Aslan dabs on the ice witch or whatever the fuck she is. Yeah,
She
exactly.
made really.
Boston.
We talked about it a couple episodes ago that there's like food in books that I really want and I can never have.
It was this one.
Oh, no, this is a different one.
Oh, Turkish Delight. Yeah, that's real good.
Turkish Delight
Yeah.
in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
I've had Turkish Delight before. I truly don't think it's great.
It's not as good as it was in the story.
It's like
though.
it's really basic. It's really basic gelatin. Like you can super tell that it's blended. Goat hooves.
It was poor people dessert from the past.
Yeah, but
It's garbage.
You've
Throw it in the
never
trash.
tried it. You've never tried it through a portal in a closet, which ended up in a magical world. Because
That's
then
it.
it'd be very
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't some small British boy from the earlier part of the 20th century enjoying it either.
My theory
Couldn't
about
be.
why C.S. Lewis got so hardcore is because converts are frequently more hardcore. But that's just because they don't want God to know that they were late for work.
No, I'm here. I've been here.
I've been here the whole time. I've been here all day. I don't know. I did like 1,000 words.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. What'd you hear? Like, did somebody say that like something happened, or yeah? No, like I was on my way. Okay, so I was like a little late. I was on my way to work, and I didn't believe in you.
I turned 30 and my wife died, and now, I'm here.
you know,
There
yeah.
we go. That's me.
My best friend wrote me a letter.
The convert.
and said, I should believe in you.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I did it now.
So a lot of what we're going to start with here is pretty esoteric and non-tactile because a lot of the creation gods of the Lord of the Rings things don't truly exist in physical forms for a long time. It's very abstract and kind of odd.
Yeah.
But it's very good.
Because
And all this most of this information comes from the Silmarillion. From anyone
It is from the
wondering
book
about
The
sources.
Silmarillion that Tolkien, I believe, wrote, and then he died, and then Christopher Tolkien, his son, completed.
Yeah, I believe as well.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
It's basically just like a big book that's like Lord of the Rings world building.
Exactly. It's a kind of it's like an anthology text
Yeah.
of a bunch of stories. It is very much like the Bible, but they changed out the names
Yeah,
and
yeah.
some of the stuff because like obviously Tolkien's Roman Catholic, very
Yeah.
devout. So it's a neat, like I've never read it. Our friend Oren has read it, and I consulted him for this episode to make sure, like, hey, like, does this sound right? Like when Aragorn and Legolas kiss, is that canon?
Did they make one long tube with a butthole at both
exactly.
ends?
Does Legolas eat ass?
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, yeah, of course.
You know that Legolas eats ass.
Hell yeah. He
Aragorn
never
eats
blinks.
ass. Gimli fucking eats ass, my dude.
Yeah.
That guy,
He'll
eats
never
ass.
stop.
I bet you Gandalf doesn't eat ass.
No, he doesn't. He wants to, but Gimli's in the way, and he's like, "Move out of here! You make a better dwarf than a window."
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There's your episode title right there. I don't mean the joke. I mean Gandalf eats ass.
Gandalf eats
That's-
ass.
yeah,
Gandalf wants to eat ass.
wants to eat ass.
Yeah.
There was a god, Iluvatar, and he made a race of angels known as the Ainu, manifesting his concepts as living beings. So the Ainu themselves are like, you know how the Greek gods or the Roman gods or basically any pantheistic religion, they all kind of represent something.
I was gonna bring up Plato because like him like ideas were like these spheres and that like it's very like old Greek, but yeah.
Very platonic.
Very Platonic, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that, but it doesn't mean the same thing anymore, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
All these ideas that just never hang out.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
all these ideas that just won't date me.
Yeah. It's like, what is beauty? Like, what is beauty? And then it like, is there a form of perfect beauty, and then that could be made into a god, I guess, and all that stuff.
Well, it was Aphrodite.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or Venus, if you're cheap.
Yeah.
I guess.
If you're the knockoff version.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I mean. It's like, if you want to get it at the dollar store, it's Venus. I suppose.
It's, like, it's the Dollar Shave Club instead of your Venus, your fire, your desire.
So anyway, the Ainu are divided into two groups. So Iluvatar created the Ainu, which were his concepts and ideas. There was the Valar, who were they're very, like we kind of already got into, they're very Greco-Roman in concept, as they represent something very specifically. Like, Olmo is king of the sea. Vama is queen of the stars. Imo is the master of dreams. And Aule, who will be back later, is the creator of what is known as the two lamps, which are the sun and the moon.
I thought you were gonna say
cool.
of cool sound effects.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Aule.
Oola.
And
Yeah.
ASMR, god of girls chewing.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hate that.
So, but you say like they're the gods of these things, but like in our timeline, not yet, right?
So the universe at this point is very malformed and ethereal.
Yeah.
It will be for a very long time. We will basically kind of dip our toe into a physical realm in this episode.
Yeah.
I do intend to return to the Lord of the Rings at some point. But this is not like a sequential multi-part episode as you may have seen recently on the Lore Boys podcast. It's very much as like, hey, here's the Lord of the Rings creation myth that we can. This is going to be a citation for future podcasts.
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, it's good to know, anyways.
And as I said, we're not going to be getting into all of the Valar quite yet.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
So Valor came first.
No,
now
no.
these are the Mire. Or?
No. Okay. Sorry, I totally fucked that up. The second group were the servants of the Valar, which were the Maiar.
Okay.
So he had the Valar, who are the gods, and then the Maiar, which are the angels.
Gotcha.
However, the Maiar will include some things that we are very familiar with the Lord of the Rings films, which would be both wizards and Balrogs.
Oh,
so the
you knew that
reason,
already.
yeah. So the reason that Gandalf can go toe to toe with the Balrog without problems is because they are, I guess, the same race,
Same power level.
right? Well, not even that. I
It's
mean,
like a god and a titan, or like
no,
in
not
Greek?
even. They're
It's like two demigods.
Okay.
they're the same.
Yeah.
They were created by the same power.
Okay.
They're on the exact same level. Interestingly enough, in the Lord of the Rings, wizards are not people who learn magic at all. Wizards, they're the equivalent of angels, and there's 5 total. This would explain why he can go toe to toe with this, but they're at the same power level. Wizards kind of are materialized, fully formed as magical beings.
Okay.
And it's not something like we joked about Harry Potter either before this or during this, I can't recall, but you know how you can like learn magic and learn spells?
Well, not really. If you're a muggle, you never can.
But you can't ever in this
Yes.
universe.
So like in Dungeons and Dragons, because I'm gonna bring it back to that, of course.
Why are you air quoting Dungeons and Dragons?
I don't know.
Dungeons
For
and
the
Dragons.
listeners at home, okay? In Dungeons and Dragons, anybody can learn magic. Like if you just study the spells enough, like anybody can learn.
Oh, okay.
So,
But in this one, you have to be born a vessel of magic already.
Well, you have to be one of the 5 wizards,
you
dog.
gotta be one of 5.
Gandalf the Grey, Saruman the
thousands of
White,
years ago.
Radagast the Brown, and the 2 blue wizards.
And then when one dies, do they have auditions, or what do
No.
they do? One just gets made again?
There's one
Yeah.
that dies as far as we know. Well, we don't. Do we know? I don't know if we ever really know what happened to the blue wizards.
The fate of the 2 blue wizards is currently unknown. We don't even know their names.
Yeah. White dies.
Saruman does die.
in the books.
Yes.
In the trilogy.
Gandalf dies as well, but is reborn
As
as
White.
Gandalf the
As
White.
Gandalf
Yeah,
the White.
from Grey
He
to the White.
He is the replacement wizard.
He replaces Saruman. Sorcerers in Dungeons and Dragons are born with innate magical abilities. Anyway,
Neat. And a familiar, or is that not sorcerers?
and sorcerers or wizards can have a familiar.
Okay.
Is that not like a warlock has a familiar?
Warlock has a patron.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
In World of Warcraft, they're the only ones with the pet. Out of
The default pet.
Yeah, exactly.
Other than a hunter.
Iluvatar, god.
But
for
a
our-
caster, yeah.
Yeah, for our purposes. Iluvatar taught all of his creations the art of music. This would be known as
Sean de Paul.
Sean Paul.
Sean Paul was one of the blue wizards. Yeah.
Yeah, Sean Paul and P. Diddy. We don't talk about them.
Yeah.
We don't know where the fuck they went.
Yeah.
This would be known as the song or the anthem that people actually care about. Because,
Ooh.
sick burn, Peter.
Super topical reference that won't be
Oh.
topical in 2 weeks when the game is dead.
Take that, EA.
Anyway, he did give them the creation of music, and as their song matured, it then transformed into what is known as the first theme.
yeah.
Heaven became filled with music, and the songs eventually became collaborative. So the themes revolve around each Ainu, which are the
Angel. The gods.
second level demigods.
The
So
gods,
we've got Iluvatar, who's god. The Ainu are
Wait,
the
say the first one again slower.
Iluvatar.
Iluvatar.
I like that.
Iluvatar is
Louis Vuitton.
yeah.
Oh.
That's God. Then
Okay.
you've got the
I knew.
Ainu.
Then you have the
Valar.
M,
The Valar.
Oh, the Valar, and then the M
And the
is the
Maiar.
servants, the Maiars.
Then you've got Apex Legends.
Yeah.
hey,
Then you've got EA.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got whatever. You got Bank. You've got publisher.
that's gonna
developer.
confuse me more than anything. yeah. Iluvatar.
Iluvatar.
I knew. Valor, Maiar.
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 Valar. Maiar.
Yeah.
Valar,
There you go.
Maiar.
But they have the first song, and then they have the first theme rather, and the theme revolves around each Ainu, and in some cases they are the Ainu themselves.
Okay.
So they themselves are so wholly represented by their theme that they kind of embody and are the physical. They're the manifestation of this concept.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you were the manifestation of a song, what song would it be?
I would be probably Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
That's fucking cool, dude.
That is really
Yeah,
cool.
hell
Mine
yeah.
is so lame.
I
What
hate
is
that. I
yours?
hate AC/DC so much.
I don't know. Imogen Heap, maybe? Hide and
Okay.
Seek?
Oh, that's a deep one. It's
a nice
You
song.
know, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to you.
Can I
guess.
change my answer?
Yeah.
Can I be an Oasis song?
Oh, God. Yeah, well, like everyone likes you at first, and then once they get to know you, they like don't bring that guy up again.
It's just you show up when you're not invited so often.
Yeah.
Like you're constantly just showing up at people's houses, and everybody's like,
There we
"Oh,
go.
hey, Pete." Like, it's just like we were just cleaning, like tidying up. We were
Yeah.
gonna put the kids to bed, and then
Because it's 7 in the afternoon.
maybe have a glass of wine.
yeah,
but yeah.
no, totally.
Come on in, have a seat, Pete. Just make yourself at home, I guess. I'm gonna finish the dishes.
So after jamming around,
After all,
I'd definitely be a Sean Paul song, just so we know.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, cool.
It's because every time I barge in, I'm just like, hey, let me give it to.
Yeah. Jamie's constantly twerking. So all
I
life,
hope so.
all life in the universe right now is a bohemian family that, by choice, doesn't own a TV and likes to spend their time singing in the evenings.
Absolutely. I don't know how they ended up with their seal test milk crates, but they've got 2 that they support a tube TV on top
Okay.
of. And
Gotcha.
like where the cinder blocks came from is also like
A mystery.
it's my
Oh,
guess.
yeah.
Exactly.
That came from the Dark Souls world.
Yeah.
So after jamming for a bit, all these boys out in space, right? They're just like wheelie wheelie
Yeah,
wheelie, is jamming.
Blasting some Pink Floyd.
Yeah, man, whatever. They're
noodling.
Like,
Yeah,
they're
just
cutting.
noodling.
They're cutting up a few new tracks.
Yeah.
Um,
Slapping some riffs down, you know?
Iluvatar proposes the first design, and he's just like, guys, let's start a band. We're all
Yeah.
playing. We're all
It's funny
playing.
you called him Louis Vuitton earlier, and now he's designing.
Yeah. Louis Vuitton is just like, guys,
Yeah.
what if women could keep all their stuff in a bag?
Yeah.
Oh, and then kangaroos were born.
Louis Vuitton invented the kangaroo.
One more canon.
Look it up, Tom Jensen.
Yeah, look it up, idiot.
No, I like you a lot.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah,
an idiot,
we love you.
Yeah.
Peter just feels insecure about his own intelligence. He lashes out. That's
I do.
That's
Yeah. However, he charges the Ainu with a collective elaboration of his great design. We're all drummers. We're all lead guitar, and we all do pyrotechnics.
Hell yeah.
Heckin' right.
Manwe, who was
Manwe.
one of the Ainu,
Sure.
created the Great Eagles, who are the scapegoat of everybody. who
Hotel
think-
California.
Yeah. Oh, dude, there's so many better Eagle songs.
Yeah, I know there are. Yeah.
It is, man. So anyway, Manwe created the Great Eagles, who are the scapegoat of everybody who says that there's plot holes
Yeah.
in Lord of the Rings.
They're
Like,
the new kid in town.
like, why don't you just... why don't you just, like, ask the Eagles to dump the ring? It's like, dude, the Eagles are demigods that got shit to
Wait,
do.
the ring exists already?
No, but
Okay.
that's in the
But
films.
the Eagles are in the films.
The Eagles are in
Oh,
the films.
okay.
Gandalf is friends with the Eagles.
Okay.
And their king, who is Balaram,
Okay.
I believe. It's either Gwahir or Balaram is the king of the Eagles.
Yeah, those are names.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Gwahir or Balaram.
I've seen all of the movies, surprise, but
Yeah.
the third one I was very I was much younger and I fell asleep by the end. Like I love the
long.
movies. I watched it with you on
Which
on
ending
New
did
Year's.
you sleep through?
Oh yeah,
which
I
of,
don't
which
know.
of the 28 endings did you
No
sleep through?
idea, dude. No idea.
Did you see Frodo marry Arwen?
Yeah, puts the ring onto Arwen and then
Yeah.
that
She turns invisible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is like 2.5 years, 2.5 hours of
Yeah.
divorces.
Yeah.
No, I
Good thing Sam was there to support him through it all.
I also tried to read it when I
Don't
was
you turn invisible, Mr.
Miss Frodo.
also tried to read all the books when I was 10, which I just wasn't.
So
there
did
yet.
I was not
Yeah.
prepared.
No,
Yeah.
neither.
I tried to read the books when the films came out, and I realized I was way out of my depth and
Yeah.
have not gone back.
Reading hard.
It
I would
is
love
hard.
to reread them now, though.
But and then there was a couple other guys. So we established already that Manwe made the Great Eagles. Ole made the dwarves. Little boys with beards.
Yeah, they
Dwarves?
look. It's funny they live
The
in the
dwarfs.
dirt. They live in the dirt, and Ole's a soap company.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean it's AULE.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You think Tolkien planned that?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's a long con.
Yeah.
Listen, if these books don't do well, people got to be clean.
Yeah.
So Ole's wife. So Ole made the dwarves. Ole's wife Yavanna made all of the plants and animals on Earth.
Wow.
Then retiring after she made the Ents, who are the tree people.
Seems like one person in the couple did a lot of the heavy lifting in that. You know?
I made birds. I made all fucking plant life on the planet.
Yeah.
I made dwarves. I made people,
Yes.
but they're shorter than the other people.
Yeah.
And she's like, I made everything else and also plants that they could eat. He was just like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
She also made the Ents,
show me.
which is
That's
the
why the dwarves are so proud. It's 'cause of the
yeah,
white
exactly.
guy.
Yeah, just like, my wife's not gonna outdo me.
Yeah.
So she also made the Ents. Treebeard from the Two Towers, who's the tree man, is currently, as far as I know, the oldest living thing on Middle Earth.
Yeah, I think so.
What would you guess his age to be?
About
he'd
a
be
billion.
like 5,000-6,000 years old.
5 times 20? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like at least 5 times 20, maybe 5 times 22.
Whoa,
Like
that's a lot.
he's an old boy. Yeah.
That's a lot.
If it's not times a multiple of 10, we can't do it. So.
There was one of the Ainu, however, Melkor, who was the most powerful of the Ainu, who was created by Iluvatar. He was the first to be named. So Iluvatar created his pantheon, and he was like, you're Melkor. You're the first one.
Sure.
He wanted to lead. He wanted to be the lead guitarist. He wanted to be the singer of the theme, right?
Yeah, you want to be a front man.
He was just like, hey, I write all the songs. I understand we're going to do a collab, but like, what if I just wrote everything and you played it?
Are they still creating things via songs at this point?
Yes,
Yeah,
the universe currently still exists as just like an ethereal song.
Okay, so this person actually is trying to make
There
a
is
song
no
to-
land at all. There's nothing physical about what we're talking about right now.
Oh, gosh.
When he's saying the Ainu made the Ents and the dwarves, they go on. Those Ainu go on to make the Ents and the dwarves.
Okay, and
Yes.
are these, like, thoughtful things? Or are these, like, ripples in a space pond? Like, that it just, this was a result of this because it happened? Or is it, like, is Ilithor, like, or
Iluvatar.
Iluvatar. Yeah, I mess it up so much.
Well, I mean, it's not even that like they would eventually create. They wove these concepts into their songs already. So like when
Okay.
we get to the point of the podcast where we talk about physical land,
Okay,
then
there's
these
intent
things
of creation now.
manifest. But the theme of Ents was created
Yeah.
at this point, or the theme of dwarves was created
On purpose.
Yes.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
By two of the gods. So, because he was created first, Melkor and his song became discordant and abrasive to the other songs due to pride.
Oh, it was the Beatles the first time the old men heard
yeah,
yeah, exactly.
However, unlike the Beatles, or I guess depending on who you ask, like the Beatles, Melkor created all of the pain and suffering in the world.
Melkor made
Just like the
metalcore.
Beatles. Yeah.
Live and let die, and then all of a sudden we started killing each other
that's it.
because nobody wants to live and let. He created a lot of the evil that was existing in the world, including like different beings, such as trolls and dragons. And I did want to go on to a different side note here, where he created the first dragon, the father of dragons, who was known as Glaurung, the father of dragons. He was a massive wingless serpent.
Hell yeah.
And he was much slimmer than like the lizard design that they normally have based on
Okay.
Tolkien's sketches.
Okay.
Other notable dragons would be
It'd be a worm, but
worm and dragon. Like worm in the Lord of the Rings is kind of like a slur that people use for. Like, well, it
Got 'em.
is because it's a sentient race.
you filthy worm.
yeah. It's side note,
WYRM.
is this the first time dragons were like brought up in like literature?
I don't think so.
No,
Okay, couldn't
I'm
be,
pretty
right?
sure
There's
dragons
gotta be
been
some
around for,
medieval
like,
shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
12,000 years.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
No.
The other notable dragons that I want to mention, just on this brief side note here, would be Ansalagon the Black and Smaug the Golden.
Well, we know who Smaug is.
Yep. Ansalagon, when slain, is said to have crashed into and destroyed the towers of Thangorodrim. And, oh, well, that's cool, right? Except for the fact that we can only, even people in Middle-earth, in lore, only estimate how huge Ansalagon the Black must have been. Because the fact that he managed to destroy the 3 towers was incredible. These 3 towers were not buildings. They were the 3 highest peaks at the time of Middle-earth
Jesus.
in a mountain
wow.
range.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you consider Smaug lives in a mountain.
Yeah, he lives in a mountain. He's already huge,
Yeah.
and Salagon the Black, when slain, collapsed into and destroyed the 3 highest peaks.
Maybe he was just flying very fast.
on Earth. He could have been going fast.
Yeah. It's mass or acceleration.
He's
It's one
dead
of the two.
anyway.
Yeah. Dumb idiot. You friggin' klutz.
And Smaug the Golden, we all know, he is the main antagonist of The Hobbit, where he conquered the dwarven kingdom of Erebor by himself and stole all their treasure and slept on top of it.
Because dragons like to hoard treasure, which I think is a Tolkien thing. That dragons like to hoard treasure.
Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because it does come into D&D. Now with Smaug, the interesting thing about this is at least in the book The Hobbit is, he is for all intents and purposes bulletproof because you can't kill him. Dragons in Tolkien, from what I understand, have like a soft and slimy underbelly.
Ew.
And Smaug, from sleeping on a heap of treasure for so long, was encrusted with gold and jewels, which is why you couldn't kill him with an arrow, except there was one space. So in both...
That's a gross fucking way to get armor, though.
Yeah,
And,
of course, yeah.
Oh, I'm just gonna lay in my pile of fucking quarters and not shower until they
you
come
sleep
apart
on the
my
couch
skin.
long enough that
Yeah,
you
that's
just
it.
go to work with a blanket after 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's it. You wake up with pie crumbs all over you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or spaghetti on your pants.
Yeah. Happen to all of us.
Oh, I did have spaghetti on my pants
I
one
know.
of these episodes.
It was a callback.
Yeah, well, it's like, when you go to bed and you're eating a pile of jelly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you wake up,
What happens?
everything's stuck to you,
that is true. Yeah.
I have a dog here, so sometimes I wake up almost looking like a husky, because I'm just jelly and dog hair.
Yeah,
whole way.
the weird thing is, no adaptation of The Hobbit has ever shown Smaug as being encrusted with jewels.
Smaugma.
Even
Yeah,
Smaugma.
he's got-
Yeah.
It gets stuck in his smogma. Yeah.
Pull back the wings.
Yeah, pull back the wings, clean that out. You're gonna get infected.
So gross.
But even the animated film that came out in the 70s,
Yeah.
the Smeg and Mindy's,
What the fuck?
even had him as just missing a scale.
Yeah.
And I don't know why the concept of a dragon being encrusted with treasure.
Why,
is
they didn't put
so
a
hard.
banana next to him, or what?
Well, yeah.
Missing a scale.
For scale.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
silhouette of a guy.
Yeah.
Dragon's oh, he is pretty big. We
Yeah.
shouldn't fuck with him at all. Anyway, the great music continues beyond the creation of dragons. I did want to do a quick aside there, just because
Cool.
it's relevant to the book.
So, I guess I hadn't thought of it this way, but you said that who's the discordant one?
Melkor.
Melkor. So up until this point, everyone's kind of chiming in, and it's like this harmony to this
and he's just doing
bigger
he's just doing
song, right?
breakdowns the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then,
he's like minor chord. It's like everybody's playing in a major chord, and he just is F sharp or something.
okay.
And then he's creating dragons and trolls and
Yeah.
all of the horrible.
it's probably a semitone.
All
is
the
most
monsters.
discordant note. Yeah.
The great music of the Ainur progresses, however. Iluvatar, who is God, introduces the first theme. So now he's just okay, it's been going on for a little while. We've been working together. This is our label, man. It's the first theme. And everybody else is just well, I mean, I guess we'd be created from nothing, so I guess the first theme is relevant enough,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? It's not. There's no pun in there. It's not really edgy, but sure, whatever.
Yeah.
It's we're gonna
Yeah.
work with.
I just have a thought before we move on too far. Melkor, if he's playing a really discordant note, discordant notes are really close to other notes, but not far enough to kind of sync up with their waves or whatever. So it's kind of pretty to think that the main song of what's good is beauty, and then terror and horribleness is very, very close to beauty, but it's discordant, right?
Yeah.
Well,
It
that
needs a little
would
bit
definitely
more
come from
space.
a place of Tolkien being, one, Roman Catholic, and also living through 2 world wars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would probably come to that point.
Yeah.
If you're an intelligent enough person, I think you can internalize that in
Yeah.
a certain way where you're
Good
just
and bad are very close together.
Yeah,
and
well,
it's
it's really what you do, right? I mean, World War II is a completely different fucking story, but World War I at the very least was just a bunch of kingdoms who couldn't communicate fast
Yeah.
enough to prevent war,
Yeah.
right? And he was there.
He fought in it,
Yeah, he did. He fought in both.
and he came back and he wrote the book. He wrote the books between the.
Well, he wrote The
First and
Hobbit
second.
in the 30s,
Yeah.
to my knowledge.
what a world it would be if he just caught a sideways bullet. Eh?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not even what if his feet got too wet and rats ate them?
Yeah, exactly.
Think about how fucked up World
You
War I
upset
is.
Jamie with that one. You upset Jamie
But
with
think
that
about how
metaphor.
fucked up World War I was.
Yeah, no.
That's how most people died. I think was trench foot.
Yeah, Trench will fuck you up. Anyway, back to the great theme.
Oh my god.
Anyway, it's a happy
I
podcast.
gotta change my socks.
It's a comedy podcast. So after the great theme, the Ainur. Sorry, excuse me. The first theme to the choir of the Ainur and Melkor decided would spoil the choir because of his discordant music. Converting many of the Maiar to his cause in later years, these fallen Maiar became, in later histories, the characters that were the Balrogs and Sauron himself.
Yeah.
So both the Balrog and Sauron are the same kind of fallen demigod, whereas Gandalf and Saruman and Radagast would be...
I don't know Radagast.
Radagast the Brown is the third wizard. He's in The Hobbit, yeah.
Okay.
So that's what happened after the discordant music came into the choir.
Okay.
And he kind of converted a couple of his demigods and was like, hey, boys, you want to be made of shadow and flame?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
They want to turn up that Sean DePaul temperature, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like, does that temperature turn you on? And he's just like, uh-oh, and then
exactly.
and it catches fire.
Bursts into flames.
Iluvatar imposed what would become known as the second theme, because he was like, okay, well, that didn't work out. Melkor's a bit evil, kind of fucked a few things up. We made some demons, but we'll figure it out. He made the second theme, and again, Melkor corrupted it, because he still has a key, apparently.
Yeah.
They kicked him out of the band at this point, but he can
keeps
still
getting
get into jam
space.
space.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I thought you meant a music key. There's so many music things in here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
He's got
I'm
a
just a
key. It's
picture
C
boy.
sharp. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just gonna C sharp his way in.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about music at all.
F flat is a real note.
Iluvatar gives up very quickly on the second theme and then proposes the third theme. He's like, "Hey, that one didn't work, so we'll stop immediately, but we're gonna do it again." But this also was infected by Melkor and devolved into a raging, disharmonious conflict.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Iluvatar puts an end to the disharmony with the conducting of, in quotes, one chord deeper than the abyss, higher than the firmament, piercing as the light of the eye of Iluvatar. End quote.
Damn.
After the great music stops, Iluvatar promptly chastises Melkor and leaves the room.
You fucked it up again, Melkor.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
This
Are
causes...
you fucking taking pills again, man? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? You're all fucked up when you show up to practice every day.
He's back on the generic brand stuff.
Yeah.
It's basically it, yeah. This causes Melkor to be ashamed, which in turn causes him to become angry.
Yeah, because pride is this whole thing.
He's mad at himself.
And people who are prideful don't like feeling ashamed.
No, we certainly don't.
There's a little lore about prideful people.
Yeah. Little boys can. Prideful people don't like being ashamed.
Yeah.
Iluvatar,
I, on the other hand, do, because I have no pride.
Iluvatar next shows the Ainur the vision. The vision is what the transliteration of their collaborative great music into the material reality would be like.
Okay. All you're saying is making song into physical.
This is exactly
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
It is the physical creation of the universe.
Okay.
He's like, okay, we've been existing in this ethereal kind of like ideas. We've been ideas people, not a whole lot of do people.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna be do people.
We're
now,
gonna be do people.
and we're gonna do this.
Thank you for putting that on my level. Can you
say-
explain that in Dora the Explorer terms, please?
Hey,
Swiper, no swiping.
Yeah. Me amo Iluvatar.
Yeah.
Hey, Esquancho, fucking the great music.
Yeah.
C.
Yeah, see. They are shown that the music has a point and has a result and an effect beyond its composition and singing. It amounts to no less than a highly detailed template that would commensurate the entirety of history.
Yeah. So like Iluvatar's whole thing at this point, from what I remember, is like he's trying to teach Melkor a lesson by showing like, hey, when you fuck up the song, like that has consequences.
Yes.
By like making it physical and manifest to show him like here's a sandbox. You know, if everyone's building a sandcastle, you can watch what happens when your song knocks the sandcastle down.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, It's like someone who's just firing a gun and not looking, and then all of a sudden they look and like, oh shit, that's
it. Well,
this is what I'm doing.
Well,
'Cause all of a
then
sudden,
Dad comes up and takes their head in both hands and like turns it to the side where they're firing.
and this is the
pile of
consequences.
corpses. Yeah,
This is what you're doing. Okay,
exactly.
Iluvatar does exactly that for Melkor. He shows that like with the rest of the Ainu, they create the physical realm.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, look at the consequences. Like our song creates all this cool shit, like grass
bet you
and ants.
Melkor-
And then he's just like, what if I made dragons? It's like, why would you
That's
make
it.
fire-breathing lizards,
Yeah.
idiot?
No, that's it. Well,
You're
like,
so irresponsible.
he tries to teach him a lesson, but he's like a really like Melkor's just such a goth kid that he's like, no, I fucking love death and destruction.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
He tries
yeah.
to show him like the impact of what he does, but it's just like no,
Melkor
fuck
in
off.
wait,
2019 would still have a MySpace.
Yeah.
Let's be
In
real.
Roller Coaster Tycoon, I can make death traps.
Yeah, you can.
Fucking right. I'm kind of on Melkor's side
Yeah,
here, you know?
you can just pause the game and delete some of the tracks.
Yeah, that's the best part, yeah. Melkor, however, sees now in detail how even his most private ideas and themes, even the most disruptive and destructive efforts, in the end still serve only the fully elaborate design of Iluvatar. Because he kind of still feels like no matter how discordant my song becomes, reality is still kind of at the behest of the creation
Okay.
that Iluvatar set in motion. So he never really... He's goth and he's a rebel, but now he's like, I guess like a narcissist.
He's not in power. He can tinker, but he can't change everything. Is that what
Well,
you're
I
trying
mean,
to say?
like, he can fuck things up, but there's never something like he can't truly achieve his goals, given like the fact that Iluvatar and the other Ainu have created both the beginning and end of time.
He's not the only one in the sandbox, is what he's realizing.
Yeah,
Like,
so he doesn't
he's-
have enough power. So yeah, he can build a little castle so Ilvatar stubs his toe, but in the end, Ilvatar has more.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. The Ainu then see what is known as the Vision, and that there are things none of them remember composing. So they all kind of got way too high and made this other crazy fucking song, and they was like, I don't remember. They made the greatest song in the world, basically.
Yeah, that was it.
And things that perhaps they remember composing, but did not at the time fully understand.
Hey.
So they were just like, I don't know, but I
Yeah.
get it. I was probably high.
You put all your fingers down on a piano, and it sounds good, but you have no idea what you just
Exactly.
did.
Yeah.
There's a popular anecdote where Steven Tyler of Aerosmith was like listening to the radio with Joe Perry, also of Aerosmith.
Yes, I've heard
and
this.
was like listening to a song on the radio and was like, man, that sounds really good. We should record a song with a riff like that. And Joe Perry was like, that's our fucking song, you idiot. Just because Steven Tyler was so fucked up on drugs all the time,
Yeah.
he couldn't remember recording and like that whole song.
It's the exact same.
I went to go see him actually with Motley Crue, and the first time they were coming through, it was supposed to be with Cheap Trick, and he had to get throat surgery because his voice was all fucked up, and probably drugs dripping down and all that stuff.
Yeah,
But-
probably.
The children of Iluvatar are first mentioned here. This is where we get into the races of Middle Earth. Their future home, the future home of the children, which is capital C, it's a proper noun, which is also called Arda or Middle Earth. It is Earth for all purposes, like the
planet.
the physical planet
Yep,
is known as
EARF.
Earth.
Yep.
Yeah, Earth. Yeah, exactly. After Arda or Earth is created, so a little bit of advice is given. This is another quote. Don't read too much into the relative size of the Earth as compared to the entire universe, or be overly impressed with the immensity of space compared to, say, the delicacy and complexity of the design of a mustard seed.
Okay.
Of all the fucking things.
I know, of all the spices. Of all the spices from the rack, totally.
I was
Why mustard seed?
I was looking at a bottle of mustard today, and they, with very big letters, just write yellow on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that such a big selling point? For
Yellow mustard is a type of mustard.
Yeah. Because you got Dijon.
You got
which is the
Dijon, but
work
what
of
else
the
you
devil.
got?
I know you have a lot of different types of mustard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Beyond Dijon.
We'll do an episode about mustard eventually.
That's it. We'll do April Fools, tune in. The mustard episode.
Hey, not a bad idea. You heard it here first.
Oh, we could do a mustard tasting and.
Well, they do that.
Dibs on Dijon.
Fuck, take it. I hate it.
Well, that's not what a tasting is. You don't dibs it. You taste a little bit of it
No,
all.
I got dibs.
You
can't
know
have
what
any.
Scotch tasting?
Wine
Dibs a good one.
tasting.
Dibs Oban. I got the Oban.
Oh, you
Come
got
on.
it.
Just like a guy standing there with like a bunch of open bottles. You like walk over, like grab it. You're like, okay.
They have like the little taster glasses. You just grab the bottle.
Yeah,
mustard
that's
in
just- You're just standing in the corner with the bottle.
You said it.
A bottle of mustard.
Great Scotch tasting.
Most of my best pictures are photographed like me holding a squeezed bottle of mustard. Anyway, the Ainur, looking out at the preview of all creation, including Melkor, became enamored with this new planet Earth that they had all discovered, and the children that were put there, which would be elves and dwarves and humans and ents, which we had talked about earlier.
And eagles.
Yeah,
And dragons and trolls.
And what about
eagles.
those like?
Goblins and orcs.
Okay.
Not Urukai yet.
No, the Uruk-hai are those are science beasts,
Yeah.
and therefore scary.
I don't know what that is.
They're in the movies.
They're in the second film. They're the.
Don't try to relate to me via movies, please.
Well, you said you saw them.
Yeah, I know.
It's the only
Okay,
reason
well,
I
never
did.
mind.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of things in my life. I don't remember to drive like my commute to work last week. Yeah.
They're basically mules.
Yeah.
Where a mule is like a combination of a horse and a donkey.
Why don't they call them that?
A mulekai.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind. Podcast over. Olmo, which is one of the Ainu that I talked about earlier, is officially introduced in the history now. He is known as the Pourer and the Rainer because he is god of the sea, god of rain, god of water. He's water boy.
Pourer, like he pours things.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Not like a
Not
inexpensive.
destitute.
Yeah, destitute. Yeah.
Yeah. Right after this point, that water comes into what is known as the fullest echo.
Okay.
Which it's a lot of weird language.
It's a
Yeah.
bloodborne term.
Yep, blood echoes.
Yeah.
The fullest echo of the
The
music.
fullest echo would be the first echo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense with all this music terminology.
So yeah, I think what it is like
Well, I have it here. Olmo is introduced as the Ainu most identified with that element, and that is how he becomes the theme, or how water becomes his theme.
so like Earth when it first started was like mostly water or whatever.
Well,
you know, and then-
I guess you could look at it as everybody wanted to collab, and they made their music, and they just made a big ass rock, right?
Yeah.
In space, and then
first comes water.
Olmo was like, "Hey, what if we weren't also thirsty
yeah.
for this life that we've all created that apparently need water for some reason?"
and
That's
he
it.
created Tinder.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah,
Quits that thirst,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, like we put this big ass rock, and we've got all these people on it. I'm like, what do they drink, man?
Yeah.
That new
And like
theme
one guy's
emerged.
sitting there drinking a glass of water. He's like, "No, I've got it."
Yeah.
And the new theme emerged. It's like some like 70s porn music. Wow, out, down, out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think echoes are like eras of time. So like the first or fullest echo would be the first epoch or era.
Yeah.
Then like the next echo. The next
That makes
echo.
sense
Like,
because
in
if we were
billions of
looking
years.
back into time and time was songs, then we wouldn't hear the song as it came out. We'd hear an echo of the song.
Yeah, we're still in the golden oldies period at this point here. Mm-hmm. So Olmo would be the second Ainu that Iluvatar specifically spoke into existence. The first being Melkor, and then he was just like, you know what we need is, as me, a being of pure light, evil. Perfect. Next
yeah.
thing we need, water. And it's like, okay, that's like a
Well,
weird
You're just going in a weird order is all.
Weird
Is fire,
priorities,
you know?
but sure.
fire next?
No, I see. I'm willing to guess no because if we were going in that order, I would have guessed good after bad.
Yeah.
No, but good was first. Good was the creator.
Oh, I
and then they
guess,
made
yeah.
the bad to
Well,
balance
Iluvatar,
themselves.
I guess, would be
Started in
the
good.
Yeah.
That might
But
be fine.
it doesn't even come up because at this point, Melkor attempted to disrupt the creation of water with both severe heat and severe cold. However, these acts simply created what are known as
Boners.
no
Boy,
known as the beauties of the world, which
Okay.
would be things like snow, frost,
Boners.
rain, and clouds.
I love that. So like I guess this is tying into the Melkor was like trying to be discordant, but realizing that everything plays into Iluvatar's hands, where he's like, I'm gonna ruin your water, and it's like just makes snow, which everyone thinks is beautiful.
and just makes frost, which everybody thinks is beautiful, and
Yeah.
it makes clouds and rain, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
exactly it. Yeah.
He knocks down his card castle and then it just invents poker. Like
So like a royal flush just like lands.
Damn nation!
Well, everybody everybody else just cheers. Like, yeah.
When he does that, it just cuts away and he's at a card table and he's just like, hey, the house wins. And he's just like, oh, damn it. Like the set builds around him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Olmo has his words quoted in the histories when he says, truly, water is become now fairer than my heart imagined. Neither had my secret thought conceived the snowflake, nor in all my music was contained the falling of the rain. I will seek Manwe, that he and I may make melodies forever to thy delight.
Okay.
So Manwe and Olmo,
Sure.
he was just like, oh, I didn't think that water could be rain, and I didn't think that water could be snow or mist or like a foggy, spooky Halloween or anything like that.
Olmo, kiss me.
Yeah. Olmo and Manwe are revealed as the two chief servants of Iluvatar
Okay.
going forwards.
Hey, you make water, you get a promotion. What can I say?
You make water and you make plants. There, we're our strong start, boys.
You know what they say? No water, no wine.
No water, no plants.
Yeah.
No water, no plants.
Yeah.
No water, no wine.
The
No
vision
woman, no
ends.
cry.
No women, no cry.
No.
But cry.
Yeah,
But cry equals water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was just like,
No water, no
yeah,
cry.
No woman, no cry.
No woman,
Is
no
what
water.
Iluvatar said.
What?
We need women.
Yeah.
We need a girl on the cast, guys. Let's bring one in.
I fully agree.
Yeah.
Peter, you're it.
All right.
Pack everything's.
Get the fuck out of here.
Call a girl on the way out. You must know a girl.
Yeah, we'll just find one on the street. It's like, ma'am, please. Here's my phone.
Would
Here's
you
some
like to
shit
be a
about Lord of
lore
the
boy?
Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to be a lore boy with two sticky boys that talk about boy nuts?
Boys nuts.
Boy nuts.
What the fuck is that?
Catchphrase. Come on, I really think it's catching on. I think the audience.
I
loves
think
it.
it's gonna be good. Yeah,
It's gonna be huge.
Oh my
Gonna be
goodness.
huge.
The vision, however,
We're going to like a house party after this. I just want to shout across the room boys nuts to see who
Oh, we-
responds.
Oh,
We
we're gonna.
absolutely
It's
will.
gonna be an absolute fucking travesty when we do. The vision, however, that Iluvatar had given us, and everything. He's like, "Hey, man, look at this: planet Earth, water, plants, Melkor." For some reason, I don't know why he's always there. He's always in the background of
Yeah,
photos,
that's it.
just like kind of fucking stuff up with like he's got like a flip lighter and like a paper with a picture of Melkor on it. He's like, I don't know why he's there,
Yeah.
but like I can't kill him. Apparently,
Yeah.
I sang him into existence, but I guess I'll never stop.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
I've never sung someone out of existence before.
So however, after this like office, this boardroom pitch or this elevator pitch of like let's have plants and people who drink water and like all that cool stuff, and then
Yeah.
and then
and
plants
an East Coast accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, then
Water.
and then plants that drink water, and then people eat the plants, and everybody's like, "Yeah, cool. We're all snapped out of that. Once we get to the floor we're going to, all of a sudden that discussion ends, and you never see each other again. Isn't that weird how elevators work?
That is weird how
The vision
when they work
ends.
like that.
Iluvatar's sneak preview is snatched away before any of the Ainur can fully see or comprehend the whole work of the music made into substance concept.
Okay.
So
Wait. Say that again. What happened? I'm sorry. I heard
It's-
words and I missed it.
it's snatched away.
Okay. So the
before-
song stopped.
Well, the
He had sent them. So Iluvatar sent them a vision. They were like planning out the world that they're gonna make, and they're talking about it. And
Yeah.
Iluvatar sent them a vision of what like he thought the world would be.
Okay.
And before they got to the juicy part of that vision, it
Okay.
just stopped.
yeah.
And we're about to find out why.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
the Ainu hate cliffhangers.
I assume it's Melkor. But
Yeah.
Possibly
Anyways,
Melkor.
thanks for coming to the lore, boys.
yeah, hate cliffhangers.
When the vision is taken away, however, just like the lore folk who listen to the Lore Boys podcast, the Ainur are restless, having fallen in love with the universe and the earth and the children, capital C, which is the races of Middle Earth. Even Melkor thinks that he wants to be be a benign part of their manifestation, though his tendencies must lead towards more dominance and more cultivation.
Okay.
So even after this vision, Melkor, the chaotic one, was just like, "Oh my god, I want to be a part of that."
Damn, it's
Yeah.
pretty.
Like what? Damn, it's pretty, but like, what if there were flaming devils?
Yeah.
Is sort of.
And
kind of what-
what's his real choices, right? He's in the sandbox, or he's going down this river. He might as well just like do
Yeah.
what he can in the situations he's in, rather than go against it.
This is where we consider as time itself begins.
Yeah.
After all of this abstract singing and music.
Oh, so that's what the river part was right. This is where it starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Time
that we have
begins.
water.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, water, exactly. Iluvatar takes the musical work of the Ainur, including Melkor's for that matter, despite the fact that he has like just destructive tendencies, and he makes manifest, material, real, objective, and existing concepts out of them. So he was just like, I don't care what you composed before this. Right now, Iluvatar's putting his foot down. He's just like, it's done, it's over. Give it all of me.
Everybody turn in your mixtapes.
Yeah, put your pencils down, boys.
Exactly.
And like,
We're
so
hitting break.
he's got the pencils down, and he's like, I'm gonna make physical, like reality and time at this point.
Watch what I do with these fucking mixtapes. You
And
bunch
now
of nerds.
like this is now when we move into something more tactile and real.
Okay.
Many of the most powerful and influential Ainu go to Earth, but they enter on condition that the life of the universe, which has a beginning, a middle, and an end, would correspond to them as well. So they sacrifice their infinite lifespan and become mortal in some capacity.
Sure.
So a lot of the Ainu go to Earth and decide, like, listen, like, I'll age. I don't mind. Slowly. I might live for 5,000 years, but that's it. I don't really need to be forever then, because if you wanted to enter the physical universe, at least in this concept here, you have to give up, like, the infinite time.
So they just wanted Sean Paul to stop singing so they could experience something real, and even
exactly.
if it means dying.
Yeah,
I need this sound to become something physical.
It's very much just like, I need Sean Paul to stop. And I don't care if I die.
It's not that. I need to live inside of a Sean Paul song, is what they're saying.
Yeah.
And when the song ends, I am ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to check out.
So, the entire book that kind of encompasses the history of the Ainu out in ethereal space is called the Ainulindale. And the Ainulindale summarizes the first efforts of the Valar to fulfill the destiny described in the vision of the universe, and that had been foreseen from heaven. The Valar enter into Ea, or Earth.
Earth.
Yeah,
Ea.
Earth.
only to find, however, the beginning of history. It's unformed and embryonic. It's chaotic. So they were just like, hey, we created a reality, right?
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. So they shoot down, like, I would love to sacrifice my immortality to, like, come upon the physical realm. But they arrive on what is essentially just a burning rock. They arrive on primeval Earth. Because they hadn't finished it.
That's it. They saw a vision of like a bunch of fucking hobbits partying, and they're like, "Fuck yeah, that looks cool. Let's fucking go." And they get there, and it's just fucking barren wasteland.
Yeah, well, that's it. They saw the pitch video, and they thought it was a commercial, then they showed up, and they were like, "Fuck!"
It was the Fire Festival.
Yes, it was absolutely the Fire Festival. Yeah,
It's like a loading screen. It's just going to take a real long time.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
because
a couple 100,000 years.
The history of the universe is described now as only forsung, which is exactly that. It was just an idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it hasn't happened yet. They were just like, hey man, there's gonna be so many trees and so much beach and so much tequila, it's gonna be great. And then they showed up the second that they saw that.
Yeah. Ja Rule's gonna be there. It's gonna be fucking.
Ja Rule ain't even been born yet. Is really the main problem with Lord
Is
of
when
the
they
Rings.
get there. They realize Ja Rule's not even born.
Oh man, yeah.
They all had blueprints.
His mom's not even born.
Yeah, they all had blueprints, but they mistake them for maps.
Yeah.
Was the problem. The four Valar who are most involved in crafting the Earth are Manwe, Olmo, Ole, and Melkor. Melkor lays claim to the Earth when he shows up. He's just like, I don't give a fuck if it's a piece of shit.
It's mine.
Well, find out.
No, he lands. He loves it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like aspected to him already.
He's like, fuck yeah, dude, this place fucking sick. You guys don't like it? It's mine.
Yeah,
fucking mine. I call big room. Yeah,
he was just like, I'm on the top bunk.
Yeah,
that's like, it's all burning rocks.
That's it. Everybody else is like, walls don't fucking exist yet. It's one room. I called it. I fucking called it, dude. You better not invent walls in my room.
Or he just thought, like, hey, maybe I have more influence than I thought I did, because this is what I wanted. You know? Like,
that doesn't pan out, though. Top bunk, didn't really pan out because Manwë collects those Valar and Maiar friendly to him and sets up Earth as a resistance to Melkor. At the moment of this act, a reminder is provided to the fact that Manwë was a chief instrument of Iluvatar and the second theme of the great music.
Okay. So he was the second brother.
Yeah, it was like Melkor came out and he's fucked up. He wants Top Monk, but it's like, okay, well, I mean, there's nothing really here, but sure. And then Manwë comes in, he's just like, well.
Fuck you, I get Top Monk.
Melkor eventually withdraws from Earth and Manwë's resistance, but later formally re-enters and makes open war on Manwë's throne.
Back, bitches.
Yeah.
I brought some rings.
Yeah.
Nah,
okay, so like maybe I made a mistake stepping in here immediately because there was, nothing.
Yeah.
I want to Top Bunk in a room that doesn't have beds, but yeah exactly. But Manwë's rule is established, and it sees the Earth finished and made habitable and ready for elves and men.
There we go.
Okay.
Manwë wasn't used to building sandcastles in a river. Now the time's going.
Yeah,
so.
that's it. Yeah.
There was one more event that we need to cover. It is the first war inside time,
Okay.
which is a very good title.
That is a good
for
title.
a war, I think. The Valar assume physical forms and begin to wear clothes.
Okay.
Which
Gross.
is for some reason a point.
Does one of them wear gray clothes? Does one of them wear white clothes, brown clothes?
No, those are the Maiar.
I thought those were the...
Oh, excuse me. Yeah,
No,
yes,
those are the Valar.
yes.
Yeah.
The Valar assume physical forms, so that would be the 5 wizards.
I assume that's why they mention it. Yeah.
and begin to wear clothes. Melkor re-enters the Earth in a form of what is described as terrible majesty.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, super cool. He's probably a fire tornado, I think.
Yeah.
I think that'd be rad.
Yeah.
A really smelly fart.
And the war for the Earth begins.
Okay.
Awesome.
The history of the first battles are little recorded, but reports point to Melkor trying to undo everything the Valar did. The Valar mostly prepare the Earth for the races that we know now, and Melkor's actions can change, but not destroy, spoil, or completely
Erase.
remove anything that has been done. So his attempts to do things, he's more chaos than he is destruction, because every time he tries to destroy something, it simply changes.
Yeah.
Despite Melkor, however, the Earth was made ready.
Yeah.
And,
Awesome.
and endures.
He sounds terribly cursed in that all he wants to do is destroy stuff, and he has he's one of the most powerful of the Ainu, and
firstborn,
he has the power to destroy stuff, but every time he tries, it just changes into something else rather than getting destroyed.
He hasn't discovered the idea of tearing paper. All he can do is fold it.
Well, I think there was 3 Earths before, and they were all lined up in a horizontal line, and he destroyed the top one and the bottom one, and now that's why we have Middle Earth left.
That's it.
Middle Earth got
So that's it. That's creation myth. That is how the Earth was made ready for the races of men and elves.
Yeah.
And the dwarves, I guess.
It's fucking tight. The Ainulindale, I believe it's called.
I said horizontal
book,
one, I meant
right?
vertical.
It's just Ainulindale.
Ainulindale.
I don't know.
Something like
Ainulindale. Oh, that's cool. That's more than I knew about Lord of the Rings now.
that. Lore of the Rings.
Lore of the Rings.
Lore of the
Great
there
one.
it is.
Great one, James. Great one.
There it is. All right.
Jamie,
Yeah.
if I wanted to change you but never actually kill you, how could I do that?
You can play Apex Legends with me on PSN at JAYMILLK64. Also twitch.tv/THE, as in the Lord Boys. And you can find us there most Thursdays. And how about you, Ethan?
I'm at Ethan the Dead Man. If you like me, leave us a review on iTunes. I love you.
Send in a message to loreboyspodcast@gmail.com too. If we see them, we will read them out anytime.
On air.
guys.
On air.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know what you
am-
want to call you too. With GDPR, all these stuff is very delicate. I've been taking courses at work, and I know that we can get revoked. If someone gives a name, and anyways, we'll talk about this after. Go
That's
ahead,
not
go ahead.
important. My name, however, is Peter O'Donohue. I'm at Peter O'Donohue on Twitter. I'm the cartoonist for the Lore Boys. It's theloreboys.com, loreboys.com, or pornhubcaps.com.
Yeah.
Get at us,
brain
and it's
trust.
also Lore Boys Podcast on Instagram. Let us know. Your feedback is super fucking important right now. We're at this very good stage where we have well over 25,000 downloads at this point. Thank you so much. So anyway, thank you everybody.
How many times does 30 fit into 25,000, James?
200 times.
About yeah.
But yeah, it's all good. It's very good. And thank you everybody for listening and all that. And Ethan, if you
Yes.
want to like throw some money at them lore boys there.
If you want to support us, we are starting a band, Lore Boys
It's a
Band.
cover band.
LoreBoysBand.com is a domain that we're trying to get. Somebody else owns it right now. but-
Sean Paul fucking has
Sean,
it,
yeah,
dude.
Sean Paul.
Yeah,
I didn't want
what
to
a
out him.
fucking bastard.
I didn't
Yeah.
want to dox him because of GDPR compliance, but yeah, he did. He did grab it from us, and he's kind of extorting us for the URL right now. But if you guys want to support us in our legal battle against Sean Paul, just look into Lore Boys Premium. I don't know if we have an existing link for it, but I'm sure there's some way that you could get us money on the internet. So just get us money, I guess, or like. If you like don't have money, but you
Or,
know,
you know,
hell yeah.
to
like
directly
old dead batteries, we'll take your old dead batteries.
to directly combat Sean Paul, go ahead and go to your thermostat, put it to an uncomfortable temperature.
Yeah,
As soon as
That's the wrong temperature to
That's
turn
the
me on.
wrong
Yeah.
temperature to
Yeah.
turn
And-
him on.
It'll take away part of his power.
A fun little fact about me: I get turned on at any temperature, except for cold. I don't like cold.
Yeah, it makes my,
Or too hot.
it makes
Yeah,
my
not
balls
too hot. I
wet.
don't want to be all sweaty.
Yeah, no.
And that
constitutes
constitutes
a Lore Boys.
Lore Boys, boys night.
Boys nuts. It's Lore Boys out. That's,
Lore Boys
that's
out.
what you would want.
Bye.